Floyd County schools switching to all virtual learning next week. Students will still head to the classroom today, those students opting to do so. The district says since school began last week, 10 students and staff members have tested positive for COVID-19, and now more than 350 students are in quarantine. School leaders are asking parents to tell them if their child has symptoms or test positive for the virus within the next 2 weeks. It is hoping to get kids back in the classroom on September 8th. That is the day after Labor Day. In Bartow County, some parents are frustrated. They're just finding out their child was exposed to COVID-19 after a student tested positive for the virus nearly 2 weeks ago. Nick Sturdivant live in Atlanta with much more on this one.
Good morning, Sheba. We spoke with a mom who said that she immediately started backtracking her child's steps after they were notified. Tanya Frazier is also a nurse and says she received a letter from the Department of Public Health on Wednesday. Per protocol, Cass Middle School officials say they submitted a list of at-risk students to the State Department of Public Health on August 11th and would call those who needed to be quarantined. In the letter Frazier received, it stated her daughter had contact with a Cass Middle School student who tested positive for COVID-19. Now the problem, more than a week had passed since the exposure.
My first question was, why are you just now notifying me? And they said that they were running about a week to a week and a half behind. We trust people to give us this information. And through all of this, we're all learning. This is all new to us. And we're having to act on the information that we're provided.
And Sheba, the Department of Health says it's still gathering data when it comes to Cass Middle School. And right now they don't have a final count of how many people were exposed.
All right, Nick, thank you. We'll continue to track that one for all of you. It is 6:39 right now. New guidance out of the White House declaring teachers as critical infrastructure workers. That declaration says that teachers can continue working even if they're exposed to COVID-19. Francesca Ambacher joining us live now with much more on this and what everybody is saying online.
And that's the question we're actually asking this morning, Sheba, on 11alive.com/vote. Should teachers return to the classroom if they have been exposed to COVID-19? So far, it looks like up to 70% of you are saying yes, teachers should return despite being exposed to this virus. Now, here's the skinny. The White House actually designated teachers as emergency workers, which means like other essential workers, they do not have to stop working even after being exposed to COVID-19 and can keep working until they show symptoms, which a handful of school districts in Georgia have already said they would allow. Now, the American Federation of Teachers says the designation could be used to bully teachers to keep working. And of course, this story is a big talker online this morning. Here's what some of you were saying. Cheryl writes, now you'll never know if your child's teacher has been exposed and potentially has COVID while they are teaching your kids 7 to 8 hours a day. That's a lot of exposed kids from one teacher. And Karen says there is already a shortage of teachers, so now they just expendable, sacrificial objects. And Marlene writes, teachers are necessary to educate. However, they are not expendable. Schools need to protect students and, most importantly, the teacher. And again, what this is saying is if the teacher does not have symptoms, aka if the teacher could be asymptomatic with COVID-19, Chesley, this allows them to still be in the face of students and could also bring that virus home to you. Now, I also want to piggyback on what the American Federation of Teachers did say. This is a quote from the teachers because I want to make sure that their voice is heard here. If the president really saw us as essential, he'd act like it. Teachers are and always have been essential workers, but not essential enough, it seems, for the Trump administration to commit the resources necessary to keep us safe in the classroom. Rather than fund these protections, create a plan and guidance for how to ensure that school buildings can reopen safely and follow the science. Again, teachers' lives are not expendable. Chesley.
Yeah, it's good talk. It's good talk, but yeah, show teachers that they're essential. I mean, we can say that, and nobody would probably say that teachers aren't essential employees, but we don't treat them like that. I mean, from the pay, we always demand that teachers should be getting paid more, they should be treated with more respect, so on and so on. But there's no show to that. You know, and so as a teacher, I would be thinking, okay, well, you may call me essential, but my family comes first. And we've heard teachers even on this show say that they're more concerned about their families than being exposed. If the kids aren't as highly exposed, teachers are. And so they're going into a room where you have 30, maybe 20 kids. And so I get it. I get it. But we should be listening to them. I think they are the experts, and so they should let us know, or at least tell us what they need. Thanks a lot, Francesca. Again, continue to chime in, folks. Use the hashtag MorningRushATL, and you can vote right there at the bottom of the screen.